How can you help to improve your school? Tribal's Inspirational Schools Partnership, ISP, helps you shape your school's improvement journey.
There are answers to school challenges that exist within the school.
It makes you think, what could I do better? What doesn't work now?
It begins with a unique software tool called Navigator. Navigator is an online environment that enables every member of a school's community to assess the school's engagement, or what a school does, how a school does it, process, and the context of the school, culture. It's based on a series of questions on topics like approaches to learning, curriculum design, and deployment of resources.
You're thinking about leadership and how you can lead in the classroom, but also at your grade level or in your content area.
A key issue is abandonment.
You're thinking about what things you might be able to stop doing in your classroom so that it allows you time to do other things that, again, are higher impact strategies than what you've been doing. So it makes you very reflective about what you're doing in the classroom on a daily basis.
Navigator asks you to say what level of development you think each area is at, from beginning, developing, embedded, and inspirational. You then provide an example for your rating at both a whole school and team level.
The Navigator gives any participant in the process the ability to be a leader, and so it really gives them a voice in what's going well, what needs to be replicated, what might need to be improved.
We might think everybody's bought into the different changes in the school, but I think it gives an opportunity for an individual to say if they are actually a part of what's going on with the school, and if they're not, why or why not. So that actually is a question that's very relevant.
I think, the more time that we spend on this, I think our hope is that we're being heard and we have an opportunity to be heard.
By just asking the questions, it makes you think, what could I do better? What doesn't work? You make your own momentum, and on that part alone, that's a positive.
Through Navigator, schools can also capture the perceptions of their students.
You experience the school every day, and I'm going to just explain how this works and ask for your contributions. And actually, we often find the student contributions are some of the best.
Whether they're an honor student or if they're just barely making it, they know what would have made their experience better because they're the ones that ultimately have to deal with it.
A lot of times we seem to forget that who we're teaching is probably the most important part. I think to make the gains that you're hoping to make, to see the academic standards being continually raised, to see the expectations continuing to go up, you have to have students telling you where they're at as well. It's not just always based on possibly do they make 100 on a math test. I think there's a lot of other feedback that's going on in the school that has an impact on learning, and it's not just the things that are going on in the classroom. That's where your students can also help you out quite a bit.
Well, the first step in treating a problem is you have to diagnose it first. So by helping and knowing what the problem really is, you can make changes that affect just the problem instead of making changes and hoping the problem gets fixed.
If teachers don't care, then the students don't care. So we need to have inspirational people with us every day, helping us, encouraging us to do better and try our hardest in school and stuff.
I guess the teachers should branch out to the students more and have one-on-one conversations, and we should interact more with the teachers and to better not just ourselves but the teachers.
The responses are analysed and presented through a series of graphs. 3 triangles represent the engagement, process, and culture cycles. The larger the triangle, the further along the transformational road the school's community believe it to be. By revealing areas of practice that are less embedded or differences of opinion, Navigator also offers clear pathways for improvement.
So today we've reached improvement planning.
Senior leaders at Whitsit Elementary are just about to hear what their staff had to say.
It's like a big mixing bowl of all the things we find out, and we're going to play back what we found out to you, and then we're going to suggest what we think the key priorities of the school are, but we want each of you to say, do you think we've got it right? Do you think we've missed something, or could we word that in a different way?
We have some teachers who constantly strive to innovate, differentiate for their learners. Other teachers are in the survival mode, falling back on what they've always done to get through the day. I think we could do much more together with our students across the grade levels in a cooperative culture of teaching. It's pretty blunt on what teachers are actually saying, and teachers usually tell the truth. We don't skirt around the fact. We try to find avenues or ways to improve communication. I think it's more of a direct approach rather than fussy.
The comments stimulate a focused discussion amongst the staff to help develop an action plan for improvement.
I think that collaborating is really important. I think it's also, you know, you have so many different ages of teachers, trying to figure out how those different ages can really come together and have the same view and strategies. I think that's difficult.
I really hate to see some of the young teachers come into the teaching building and they get discouraged because we've done it this way, we've always done it this way, and we're going to continue doing it this way. So I think there needs to be kind of a shift in opening ourselves, me included, in what works and what they've learned.
I too am a believer that culture is the number one thing. If culture's in place, everything else falls in line. So if the first 8 words in that slide, develop the commitment and the role of all, and it has to be everyone. The way that the tribal group gave the feedback to the principal, it was in a positive manner where the principal can then know, well, maybe yes, there's an issue in our school, or these are some things that I need to address. So that's a positive approach for the principal and for the leadership team to move forward.
Once you go back and meet with those teachers and you're not giving them an answer, you're using their terminology, their suggestions to help them write a clearly defined plan. And I think the buy-in that you garner from having those teachers give that input.
If you're help building it, you'll have pride in it. And you feel like you're accomplishing something, your opinion matters. If you feel that way, then you'll do better. And students, just like adults, like that.
You're actually moving through a process where you are the voice then becomes an action plan, and support is then put in place to make the action plan a reality so that student achievement is mastered.